one thing I wanted to be able to do. Was that and for it to be heard. Because what good is ASMR if you can't hear the subtleties of sound? Not just there, but down here. So, now, I had a problem with the sound before because it was a little too conservative, I have to tell you. I looked at the filters again and I turned off the noise suppression, which is why you can hear some white noise in the background. That white noise here. Listen to the difference if I suppress that. Ooh. There we go. There you go. No white noise. That's actually very nice for reading a book, for maybe having a chat, or having a think, having a opine, a gentle rant, maybe. But for more traditional audio ASMR formatting, you need to be able to hear the subtleties, and you can't. You can't hear it. You can't hear what I'm doing with my brush. You can't hear the brush strokes. So the subtlety is lost with the noise suppression, albeit that noise suppression has a purpose for different formats. There are settings I can change the noise suppression. Hold on a sec. Is it? Oh, look at that. You can see what I'm doing. That's good. Okay. But the quality is worse still. You see? Yeah. Now you can't. Yeah. Or you can. Slightly anyway. It sounds awful. So, just going to have to turn it off. And have a bit of white noise. That clearly is the compromise. That is not too bad. So, I've also been experimenting with my my audio, my microphone input level, because if it's high now, but if I turned it even higher, you get more white noise, but that's more audible still for my acoustics, but a bit too loud. and a bit too much white noise. That's probably a pretty good median value. So, I know you want to know. Oh, let's get rid of this dialogue. Ruining my beautiful screen. There we go. Yeah, I like my set. I think it's pretty cool. I might change this starry background, but I gotta say I'm very impressed with my green screen. It's working very well. So simple. It's just literally a cloth, a green cloth, laid down on this desk, on half of this desk. And the microphone is, on a thing, an arm, and so is the light that's holding the phone, or more importantly, the phone's camera. And then, yeah, there you go. Bob's your uncle. So, I know you want to know what's in the box. I'm going to tease you. Yeah, how's that? I'm going to roll a cigarette. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Check this out. Oh. You see, that is why I had to turn off the noise suppression. Yeah. Yeah. There will be people that know me from different worlds, not involving ASMR, and thinking, he has lost his mind. Yeah. Well, there you go. But ASMR is a very beautiful medium, and one that I have been wanting to explore, not least of all because just check out my tobacco packet. I mean, that alone is worth setting up an ASMR channel for. So I just had to do it. Had to do it. Yeah. And, yeah, who knows? Maybe put out a few vids that, I don't know, are remotely original in nature. Is that possible? I don't know. But I'll have a go. I'll have a go. Yeah. Actually, somebody already requested that I do another one of these vids, rolling a... Somebody already requested that. Goodness, what are you, starved? Shh. Don't show YouTube. They'll get annoyed. Yeah. That's what happens. So, I thought today I would do a very classic little ASMR video, give or take rolling a doobie, that is, in that I would maintain a couple of fountain pens. In my extensive collection of a couple of fountain pens. And I know that people like fountain pen videos, so I'm being cynical, taking advantage of a genre. And there you go. That's it. That's what happens. I'm pretty pleased with the sound. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad, this Rode microphone. Pretty good. I don't know if people really need to go to the effort of having, what are they, binaural microphones or something? Yeah. Do people need that? I don't know. I guess it depends on your trigger and what kind of triggers you like producing, maybe. Oh dear. I don't know if that was heard. That was a system sound. A very unpleasant system sound that must be edited out. So yeah, pretty pleased with the audio coming out of this fairly new, well, very new Linux rig. All built on Linux. God bless it. All open source. Ah, yeah, open source. I'll tell you about open source. I'll tell you why it's important. Because it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful way of working together, of creating fantastic products, and of encouraging careers and learning and sharing knowledge and networking and quality. So software is a great example of an open source community, because unless you do work for a big company specifically invested in producing something that you want to sell, it may well otherwise be that you just want some sort of functionality that can be derived through coding an application. And so you do it. And you, I don't know, blimey, maybe you need some help. And so you put your project on someplace online where other people can access it and you can work on it, collaborate. And in the case of, for example, Linux operating systems, kernel development, everything to do with what you need on your PC or your phone, these teams can comprise thousands of people who are checking code and troubleshooting. Now, you compare that to a proprietorial operating system, no names, and you've got a team of dozens of people, maybe 100 people, maybe more than that, but a lot less than with open source, far fewer heads. Not only that, but proprietorial software tends to be less secure because the motivations for producing it are different. And in the case of one very well-known operating system, for example, you could pretty much call it spyware. Now, You know, it wants your data. It's even taking snapshots of your desktop every so many seconds or something, and goodness knows it's incredible. But with open source, you don't have any of that, because people they're developing the software for what they want, and what they want, what we need, other people need. We don't need our data mined. We need practicality, functionality, so that we can go about our projects as professionally as possible, whilst skinning up a spliff here on Superior English ASMR. Okay, so yeah, it's fantastic, and check out that audio quality coming out of this rig, which doesn't cost a penny. It's all open source, every single piece of software on here. It's fantastic. I take my hat off to the open source community. I've hopefully done a little bit towards it as well in my time, producing tutorial websites and videos and things like that. Share, what wonderful opportunities you have using open source software if that's your thing. And of course, for most of you, you won't give a damn about any of that. And fair play, why should you? Well, I'll tell you why you should. I'll tell you why you should. Well, one area why we should is because of the way we teach kids, because of the way we bring up the next generation. Because if you give them proprietary software that is actually spying on them and their homework, as opposed to giving them software that doesn't cost the taxpayer a penny because it's open source and it's also much better, and it teaches the right values, i.e. security values, things like that, the sort of things that governments seem to have neglected and forgotten about, i.e. deny by default, friend or foe, that sort of stuff, just basic, that's the sort of stuff that is the reason that the human race didn't become extinct a long time ago. And things that need to be employed when it comes to matters such as our data security. So, yeah, it would be fantastic if kids were taught Linux, not that garbage they're taught to use, conditioned to use. Because then they would also, well, for one thing, because these modern Linux OS systems are hyper easy to use, they're so intuitive, much easier to use than any Android phone, really, to wrap your head around. And then secondly, because if you do, as a kid, if you're curious to get to get under the bonnet, to get into the guts, yeah, you can do pretty much what you like. It's completely customizable with code, or with a GUI if you need it. There you go. Open source. But they don't teach kids about that because they want them eating crap and taking crap in their heads and basically consuming crap as opposed to thinking for themselves. which is a pity. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that noise suppression, I guess that was the right choice. So what was I going to do? Oh yeah, let's look at some pens. Yeah. Wow. That mic is very sensitive. Right, okay, so what do we got here? Goodness. Now, this is a tribute to Mr. Relaxing ASMR and his never-ending pen collection, because that guy is just so cool. And you know what I should do? I should take a tip from him, and the first thing I should do is I should put something down on here, because otherwise, ink. Yeah, sensible. Right, so I've got something in here, I guess. Whoa, dude, that's a visual or not. Okay, I'm just going to use a bit of card, I think. Yeah, baby. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. So what do we got? We got a cross. We got a cross. Cross pen that is a bit dirty. Needs a clean. And I've got no cloth to clean it. Look at that, I've got a sock. Perfect for cleaning. Goodness, you could even hear the action. Wow. Okay, now this cross pen is actually very pretty. Nice. Ooh. The barrel is loose. Note that I get the vocabulary correct. That's because of Mr. Relaxing ASMR teaching me about pens. Oh, that's a bit squeaky. Ooh, cross. Pretty nib. Should I fill it? I can't. Haven't got the correct accoutrement. What's it called? That's a cartridge. But I don't have any of those. What I really need for this pen is a whatnot. A widget. And I apologize. Now my vocabulary is failing me. Best clean it with the sock. Yes. Cleaning pen videos. Very popular, so I have heard. Right. well. That looks shiny. Oh, that was satisfying. Hold on, do that again. Just give this a... Yes, because after all, my sock is much cleaner than the pen. You can imagine. Only worn once. Okay, listen to this. Oh, suits you, sir. And again. Well, I think I just broke ASMR. Put that one over there. And by the way, it says, intriguingly, it says London Stock Exchange. Across pen. Very nice. Now this one is a Waterman. Not in its original box. I wonder if this clicks as satisfyingly as the cross. We shall find out in due course. Just give it a bit of a socking. Could do with some socking, a bit of a socking. There we go. Right. Shiny. Pretty. I wonder how the focus is doing, by the way. It looks vaguely okay. Oh dear. No. No, I'm sorry, Waterman, but that... Let's do it again. Oh. Oh, quite nice barrel sounds. But a bit tinny. And then let's have an action replay of the cross. The hair. Go away. Such a pretty nib. Oh, just delicious barrel sounds. Well, oh, I mean, there is really no comparison. Waterman, we'll have to try again, but a very nice nib and a very nice pen to handle. Now with this one, look at that. Hold on. there's a name for this thing here, this device. Somebody remind me, please, what it is. I can't remember. I've watched so many relaxing ASMR videos. Always been amazed at his splendid pen anecdotes. But I can't remember what this bit's called. This bit is called the section. The section, that of course is the nib. And one screws the section to the barrel and then pops on the cap. So let's have a look at the ink situation. We could do something about this, you know, because I've got something over here. Look at that. Alarm bells ring. It's Inkbox ASMR. Fantastic. Right, just wait till I play with the cap. Oh god. Hey, look at that. Whoa, that's blotting paper. Wow. Look at this. Pink blotting paper that has clearly been used many a time. Wow, this particular ASMR video just goes from better to better. Oh wow, I happen to know that this pink blotting paper is older than practically everybody that will be watching this video. Yup. It's decades old. Yes. Now hold on. I think we all need to relax. Getting excited here. This is when ink on green screen. Bad news. I think it's time to have a little puff and contemplate the danger ahead. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. Right. So what do we have? We have 2 fountain pens, a pot of ink, a paintbrush. I think the paintbrush needs to remain ink-free. Now this splendidly beautiful cross pen has to remain ink-free, but it has served its purpose. if you really, really want me to, I will do a video doing that for 24 hours. Now then, ink, as we know, and this is a tribute, doesn't actually need to be shaken, and probably shouldn't be shaken, because that's how you ruin your studio. But doesn't it sound good? Particularly when it's laced with such danger. Wow. Goodness. Now, the plastic lid on the glass jar. That sounded a bit squeaky. Let's try again. Too much distance, you know. You've got to hear this. Ooh. Okay. Are you ready? Ooh. Extraordinary sounds. Okay. Wow. I hope that that was a satisfactory cap sound for everybody. Now, this is where this doesn't want to come out, and I have to force it, and then disaster. So, better be careful about that one. Now, because I'm very capable of destroying things, I will put the cap on. Now, here we go. Explosion time. Oh, well, yes, of course it comes out. I'm sure you can use a regular cartridge in this pen, but then again, it doesn't need to come out, because I can draw the ink via the nib, which is probably the way I should do it anyway. However, now I want it to come out. I think it should be loose, or at least free to pop in and out without being caked by ink. But it's very stiff. Maybe not. I don't want to break it. And I'm sure it works like that, which after all is the main thing. Now, if I'm going to use this pen, and I think I will use this pen, I should clean it with water. probably a very lightly soapy water to flush it out. But I'm not going to bother because I'm rude. Wow. Super cute cap sounds. And okay, blotting paper is readily accessible, waiting to go. And you pop that in so the nib is fully consumed in the depths of that ink. And suck away, baby. Oh, nothing is coming in. Nothing is coming in. I don't think you can see this, and I'm making a mess, by the way. Guess what? Already made a mess. Now, again, that chap, Mr. Relaxing ASMR, as well as having complete command of the vocabulary, he never inks his fingers. I might need an angle on this to try and get the ink. This is becoming more dangerous by the minute. I think this packet of cigarette papers may just come in very handy. Hopefully, they will give me the angle to be able to ink this fountain pen. But I'm not sure it's going to ink. If this is coming up and down with no... It should be sucking ink through there. Oh, you can see it creating bubbles. Right, let's have another go. I've got that completely submerged. This is the moment of truth. Just turning it gently and slowly. And nothing is coming through. Well, look at that. Unless this is actually transparent ink, nothing is coming through. Oh dear. Well, I think this fountain pen is clogged up. Oh, look at that. You see, that's the reason. You have to have something under here. Oh yes. Making a mess. Don't want to make a mess on the green screen. Oh dear. That's pretty there, isn't it? Pretty. So, what to do and what to do? I think a gentle soapy solution left overnight, and once again therefrom it will delight. Now, again, as Mr. Relaxing ASMR would be quick to point out, it is imperative that one puts the cap back on the ink at the earliest opportunity. And you can hear why. And now for the box. Washable blue ink. Auswaschbar blau Tinte. Tinte azul lavable. Encre bleu lavable. Parker from Quink. Ooh. I forgot the blotting paper. The decades-old blotting paper that was so valiant today. Oh, look, I'll have to take it out again. Wow. That just fits absolutely like a glove, look, like a glove. Okay. Good. Right, so I shall report back on that fountain pen. I shall investigate further and let you know, because I know everyone's worried. Everybody's concerned now. Everyone's worried about Superior English ASMR's fountain pen. But look at this. Absolutely no ink to be seen in space. Possibly because it's the same colour. But probably not. Yeah. Very good. Fountain pens. Fountain pens and audio. Well, That's an interesting effect. The smoke over the mouse, or trackball. As somebody kindly pointed out in the comments, by the way, it is a trackball, not a mouse. Well, I apologize for the product placement, but it's very good. It's very useful, and it is absolutely central to everything I do. This ball here at this desk. And it also helps to keep focus, I think. Because if I move things away from the center, starts all getting a little bit Doctor Who. Or does it? Maybe it's not doing it today. That's interesting. I think this ASMR set has a tendency to bounce. But if you put something in the middle, the camera focuses on that and it doesn't bounce, I suppose. Right, good. I think this channel is beginning to get in the groove, at least in terms of the sound and the video, the real estate that is available. I must consider what to do with this real estate. I'm gonna have to have a think about that. I could play fingerbob. I could do little puppet shows. But I don't think so. I don't think the puppet shows are really my thing. So I'll consider that, and I'll probably let you know, along with how I get on with my fountain pen that's all clogged up and that needs some TLC. Definitely right about the noise suppression. Better to turn it off. Good. Pleased we cleared that one up. And thank you for popping by. And maybe even for popping off into Slumberland. Ooh, if I didn't just wake you up. I'll catch you next time. And yeah, there you go. All the best. Ciao.